Welcome back, guys, to Mr. Ramses Can Fix It. Today we're going to install a Frigidaire generic igniter for a gas oven. It's going to be on a whirlpool gas oven. So here we go. This is halfway through it. I decided to record this so I don't have instructions on how to get to it, but you'll see me putting it back. So if you kind of backtrace the putting back of the video, you can get to it. I'm stripping the wires so I can attach the connector from, so I can attach the connector, the old connector, to the new igniter, so in the back. So that's what I'm doing here. There was no cracks on the actual carbon igniter part, so there was really, you couldn't see what was wrong with it. You can just tell it was used a lot, but it was not working. I know you can grab an ohms meter and test it. Maybe I'll show you that. I'll show you guys how to do that in the future video. So I just knew that this was wrong with it. Most of the time this is what is wrong with your oven when it doesn't want to light up. This part cost about, I paid $42 at my local appliance store. So here on the video I'm fishing the wire to the back so I can attach the wire nuts, the ceramic wire nuts, to it, and then to hold the wires together. And then I was having a hard time because one of the wires were getting stuck in between the sheets of metal. There was 2 sheets of metal before I could get to the back, so it was taking me a little while. And you can kind of see me there wearing a mask. We are in 2020, so I was in a customer's home, so I had to wear a mask. I usually don't wear a mask, but that's the connector that we see that I need to wire nut to the new igniter. This takes 2 screws. The size, I use a nut driver, or a nut 5/16. I hooked it up to the drill. I hand started it, and then I finished tightening it off with the drill. I apologize for taking so long. And then as soon as we get this tightened, and then you're gonna see me coming to the back. I make sure that you unplug your appliances before you start working on them. I unplugged it. You'll see me plugging it in when I get this hooked up. So make sure you take the power off and the gas, just for safety precautions. So these are ceramic wire nuts that I'm using here. We just tighten them on each end. It's actually pretty simple. That one I was putting them on and it just came off. So I did it again. I think I overdid it. So you'll see me putting electrical tape on them just to hold them in place. They did come in with the packet that I bought, the box that I bought it, the igniter with. So they do come with it. You don't have to go out and buy separate wire nuts for this. They do come with it. So when you buy this, make sure you have your 2 ceramic wire nuts. There's the connector. I do wind that up to, I didn't make the wire shorter, so you can see me connecting that. And then I'm gonna put electrical tape. I'm gonna test it first to make sure it works, because I didn't have my multimeter, so I just had the part with me. I took it to the job site because about 90% of the time that's what's wrong with the oven. So we're gonna turn the oven on and make sure it glows, because when I got there, I turned it on and the igniter, the carbon igniter, wasn't glowing. to start the oven. So there it goes. As you can see, the glow, and then you'll see the gas popping up here. We have a nice blue flame. That's what we like to see. Nice and hot. Thumbs up. It works. Let's shut her down so we can put it back together. And so I move the range a little bit to get back to finishing up, tidy up the wires and the wire caps with a little electrical tape. Just for hold them in place and make sure that basically hold them in place. I've never done a talk through video, so this is the first one, so if it's kind of dull, I apologize. It's my first one. I'm trying to keep up with it and keep you guys entertained. For the ones that do like to hear my voice, family members, there you are.
That one?
And then there's a cover here that goes over this. That's what you're looking at down there at the bottom. This is a Frigidaire igniter. It's a generic part, so you could get that and put it on basically any gas range. Pretty much, it's just a generic one. It's not factory original. That's why it comes with a wire nut instead of the harness with the clip on it. So this is going to take 4 screws to put this cover back on. I'm using the drill to put them on. The Frigidaire generic part number is 53039-35066. That's a Frigidaire generic part. For the igniter. I'll put that in the description below. And then we're going to jump back to the front, and we're going to put back the cover pans basically back in place. There's a heat shield that goes on first. It has 2 screws. It has 2 slots that fit in the end. You can see me putting it in the front. I'm trying to find the holes, and I realize that there's little slots for them, and then 2 slots in the back. So I just pushed it back, and then it's held by 2 screws. So we're putting on the 2 screws, and then the big plate that comes in the bottom plate of the oven. I apologize for the angle. My boy was recording this. Now I put it in the front first, and then the back. The back has 2 clips, as you see those gray 2 clips back there. There's one on each side. You had to put the edge in there to hold it on the back end, and then that was it. And then we put the shelving of the range in there, and then customer wanted it all the way at the bottom so they can fit bigger stuff in there, so I was just putting it back where it was. And then now we're running the range to, I'm sorry, I'm running the oven to 350 degrees. So I'm basically testing it right now. Make sure it takes about 10 minutes to heat or to get to its desired temperature. So I'm just testing that. So when I first got there, yeah, I don't have this recorded, but when I first got there, I tried to test all this stuff and it wasn't working. So I'm just double checking myself that make sure. So I'll probably fast forward through this. You don't want to watch 10 minutes of glowing flame there. And then I open the bottom tray, and then I try to show you guys the flame and the igniter working properly, heating up that shield. That's it, guys. Thank you for watching. That wraps up the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe at the bottom. This is just to show you how you can do yourself simple tasks around the house and shorten your honeydew list. And it's not expensive to do it, and it's not that hard. With the simple tools, you could do it too. And I just want to show you and through this journey that I'm on, and that what I do, how to do it. And so if you like it, thumbs up, and I'll see you next week with the next one.